All right, good Wednesday morning. News 2 meteorologist alongside me. Thanks for joining us on WFMI Plus for an 11 o'clock update. Of course, our snow is gone. The sunshine is back across the Piedmont, but there's still some snow hanging around on the ground, especially south and east of the immediate triad this morning. I wanted to show you some folks that had some fun. Elizabeth Bullens in Asheboro last night said she made her first cup of snow cream for the season last night. And it really was that good, fluffy, dry kind of snow that we don't always get. Usually our snow has got some ice or some sleet in it, or it's a very wet snow. It was a very northern snow, dry and fluffy this time around. Of course, you can see how the snow totals played out for our area. Siler City with an inch of snow, Asheboro pretty close to that. And as you moved a little further to the north, and west, well, those snow totals did go down quite a bit. And you may even notice some places on the north side of Greensboro, on the north side of the Piedmont, that doesn't look like anything happened, even though they had snow last night. We call that sublimation. A lot of times it's so dry that after snow falls, it kind of turns into vapor and really essentially vanishes. Kind of an odd phenomenon that has happened though for a lot of folks in the Piedmont this morning. Snow totals in Randleman at about ½ inch, Graham, Jamestown at about 3/10 to 4/10 of an inch, Greensboro with 2/10 of an inch, and High Point with 2/10 of an inch as well. So for the immediate triad, somewhere between a trace and 1 inch was pretty much the go from last night. Here's a live look down along the beaches, a snowy Murrells Inlet and a snowy Grand Strand. Windy down there as well, as those folks, a lot of them are blanketed in 4, 5, even 6 inches of snow. They did get some sleet on top of that, which kind of packed a lot of that down, but really a nice snowfall like they haven't seen in quite some time down at the coast. Kind of odd for the coast to get snow and not us, not our mountains. That's just kind of the way it worked out this time around. Do want to talk about our cold air, though, that we've had in place. That really, aside from snow last night, has been our big story for the last couple of days. In fact, yesterday was our coldest daytime high, 23 in about 10 years. Last time we were colder was 20 degrees back in February of 2015. So it has been a while. Really tough cold and dangerous cold, frostbite kind of cold, if you're not taking precautions. Here's what it looks like at 11 o'clock across the Piedmont. Plenty of sunshine, barely even a cloud in the sky. We're down to 21 this morning. Or I should say we're up to 21. We haven't gained a whole lot in terms of warmth. Everybody pretty much now sitting in the low 20s. And really, we don't have very far to go as we move into the afternoon. Even though we have sunshine back, a lot of us only warm up into the upper 20s this afternoon. Feels like temperatures, when you factor in even just the slightest breeze, are down around 12, 13 degrees for most of us in the Piedmont, the way it feels to our body stepping outside. So where is our storm right now? Well, it's continuing to push off the coast. There's still some snow falling out over the ocean, but along the beaches and inland, it's not really snowing anymore. Those folks are done with the snow, and the clouds will actually continue to clear and are already clearing down that way as well. You might have seen a little bit of sunshine trying to peek out on our Murrells Inlet camera there just a few moments ago, but sunshine is back for all of us across the Piedmont. I would assume we'd have some clouds this afternoon, though, as that low pressure pulls away from us. High pressure takes back over, gives us back to sunshine for the next few days. It will keep us cold. We'll eventually warm things up, but it takes some time. Once we get into the end of the work week, on into the upcoming weekend, I expect our temperatures will be back up close to 50. Later in the week, heading into Thursday night and into Friday, there will be another cold front that slides by. This one is pretty much non-quintessential. It doesn't really do anything for us. It won't bring us any rain, and it really doesn't cool us down very much either. In fact, we'll continue to warm up into the 40s by Friday and near 50 by the time we get into the weekend. Dry weather is going to be hanging around for a while as high pressure takes over once again right behind that cold front. So for today, plenty of sunshine. You can plan on that. There are still some slick spots on the roads, especially south and east of the triad, down toward Randleman, down toward Asheboro. The folks that, of course, had more snow last night. Temperatures have been below freezing since Sunday, so anything that fell stuck and is still likely stuck on the roads, even with some sunshine coming out, and especially on those side streets. So keep an eye out for that. That really is this morning for sure, but maybe on into the evening and into tomorrow morning for those folks a little further to our south that have more in the way of snowfall. So keep an eye on that. Sunshine is back, though. It's bitterly cold all day. Still upper 20s for highs. You factor in again just a little bit of a breeze, and feels like temperatures this afternoon are still in the low 20s. I expect all of us are up around 28, maybe 29 with all that sunshine today, but I still think most of us are shy of the 30-degree mark. Tonight, low temperatures will go back down into the low teens once again, and with a clear sky, feels like temperatures once again will likely be in the single digits as you wake up early tomorrow morning. So again, protecting those pipes, of course, letting the faucets drip just to make sure they don't freeze up. And of course, for you, dressing in layers, dressing in the warmest clothes that you have. That's what's going to keep you warm. That's what's going to keep you safe in this kind of cold. Now, watch as we go through the next couple of days. Remember, I mentioned our warm-up is gradual, but it does happen. We're barely above freezing, but we are above it tomorrow. It'll be the first time since Sunday night at 11 o'clock that we come up above freezing. That doesn't happen until the middle of the afternoon tomorrow. We'll go back down into the upper teens near 20 Thursday night and warm into the low 40s for Friday. And then from there on out, we get back to pretty normal temperatures for this time of the year over the weekend and into early next week. If you've been keeping up, our average high temperature right now is 49 degrees. We've been a long ways away from that over the last several days, haven't we? And I'll tell you this, I don't really see any rain, any precipitation, any kind of winter storm that we should be worrying about really over the next week. So we have plenty of dry time. So yeah, right, a sigh of relief. There's your 7-day forecast. It does promise plenty of dry weather to go over the next week and a gradual warm up too. 35 tomorrow for your Thursday. It's above freezing, but barely. We'll go back down to the teens tomorrow night near 20, waking up on Friday morning. Low temperatures, or high temperatures I should say, in the low 40s for Friday afternoon. And while that doesn't really sound like a lot, it's a far cry above where we've been. Still cold, though, for Friday afternoon. Weekend is chilly, but you'd expect that in January. Partly cloudy, mid-40s for Saturday. We're up a little closer to 50 for Sunday. The upper 40s near 50 going into next week. I've got a 20% chance of just an isolated shower in the forecast for Monday, although I really don't expect a lot. I think most of us will end up staying dry as we go through the majority of next week. That's your forecast. Stay warm and hope you have a great Wednesday. We'll have another forecast update coming up at noon on WFMY News 2. At noon, you can follow us all the time on WFMY Plus and WFMYnews2.com for the latest forecast.